Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for attending this meeting. This is be a brief meeting. Before we start, I do want to give you a brief update. Felicia has assured me that we will have a committee meeting in March to show y'all everything, and it'll be time for y'all to make your decisions on the community center, on everything that we're going to have. So then shortly after that, once y'all approve it, then we'll be ready to turn ground and get things moving out there. But
there's a chance I'm gonna get a chance to see the pool in my life.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, I might have gotten how to swim by the time it gets here.
They should have their final numbers March 1st, and then they'll get all that put together and set up a committee meeting with our architects as well as NAPHOS and y'all to get a look at everything and decide what you want to do and how you want to go with it. So mid-March. I didn't give a date. I said mid-March, but we'll schedule it. We'll schedule it on a night. We will schedule it on an off council night so that we won't be pushed on time. So I don't know. You get to your age, Phil, we could drop any time. I mean,
you know what, man? Considering the alternative, I don't mind being the same.
I understand. Okay, so what we're here today is just for the council to take a vote on $150,000 request for 4 years, $600,000 from the conductor, should they get a grant. So I think Jeff and Grace presented everything the other night. So unless y'all have questions for either of them, there's really nothing left to do but vote. So y'all have any questions for anyone from the conductor? All right. So council, it's to you.
I do have one question.
Okay.
Have you exhausted all other options for these matching funds?
Again, now I'm sorry.
Have you exhausted all other options for these matching funds?
We're gathering up. We're looking at some in-kind support for the Arnold Innovation Center. So we're putting together kind of an amalgamation of sources for that. Absolutely, good question. And we appreciate you guys for coming together to talk about this as well. I know you're looking at us saying, when are we going to get rid of you guys?
So, anyway, council, back to you.
All motions needed. I'll make a motion to. When we make a motion, we make it in the affirmative, and then you can vote no to vote it down.
Okay.
So no means no, we're not going to give it.
In the past, we've been confused. If you make a motion to deny something, then you vote yes. It just can get confusing.
So we just try to keep it all even,
always in the affirmative,
and then you vote no if you don't want it to pass.
It'll make sense when we actually do it.
Yes.
So what's your motion, ma'am?
So my motion is to approve it as requested.
Have a motion and a second to approve this request as submitted. Any further discussion or questions?
I do. Where will if we vote in favor of this, where will the funds come from?
General fund.
General fund. Okay, so we possibly, all I've heard with the community center, and that's something that our citizens voted on, is all of the estimates coming in above. So if we do that, would that come out of general fund as well?
It will, because,
Okay.
and I can tell you that in our meetings with NAPHOS, since we started discussing the community center a couple of years back, the increase of the prices of material is between 30 and 45%. So it's going to be more than what we originally.
So that's increasing as well as the soccer field, right?
Well, the soccer field did increase.
Right.
And that was, yeah. So anyway, that's a fair question.
Well, and I guess that's where we're already in the month of February. Soccer park, we've already know that's going to be an increase. We don't know what's coming. And these are things that we have brought to the voters and they have approved. And it being February, our budget is pretty much for the most part flat. So that doesn't take into consideration anything else that could happen throughout this whole year.
And I'll just go ahead. Yeah, my only other issue with this is not all of the companies that will be held are actually Conway companies. They're estimate between or within the city limits.
I mean, I'm not even considering that. I'm just thinking, knowing what
we
our
don't have the
budget
money,
is
we have
typically
money.
seen.
That's,
Yeah.
I just
and-
wanted to bring that
Yeah,
up too.
yeah.
I think Conway Corporate made a big investment in this situation. In for disadvantaged people. Patients for.
Can I ask Shawana a question?
Sure.
Shawana, would the conductor qualify for any of the CDBG service funding? Because it's job related?
We have to go through the application process, which we have ended for this year, March, January, goes through January 31st. So once we do a detailed review of that plan.
Right, so it would be another year before we
Another
could
year.
even, okay, or close to a year, okay. But my one question, the services that they're offering, do they qualify for that CDBG funding? Okay, thank you. I was trying to
Mr. Mayor, may
Sheila's
I-
point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Even though the companies that we serve, 70% of them or so are Conway-based companies, this is a nationally competitive award, and so it would be bringing quite a bit of national recognition to the city of Conway for the work that we're doing as well. So we just want to make sure that we're aware of that.
Okay, thank you.
And I would add that that's how we would announce it, is that it's a $3 million, program that the city of Conway, the conductor, and this, Conway Corporation brought to Conway.
It would be money well spent. The problem is what we kicked the can down for a while. We talked about last week. We've got to address CDL drivers' pay. I think the mayor mentioned we're one driver away from garbage pickup being disrupted. And we did a study on it last fall. We never acted on it, but we've got to act on that at the next meeting. So something we've got.
Any other questions?
Amazing.
So, Mr. Mayor, one other thing. If the council is not comfortable with $150,000 for 4 years, if there is a level that the council is comfortable with, that could be used as match funding. Again, only committed if the program is awarded. But if there is a level that the city would be comfortable in matching, we would really love to have the city as a partner. So I put that out there as well. We've asked for 150 because that's what we needed at that time. But if there's an amount that the council is comfortable with, we'd love to have you guys involved.
Okay, thank you, Jeff. Okay, no further discussion? Have a motion and a second to approve this, to enter an agreement with the conductor for $150,000 a year for 4 years, should they receive the grant. No further questions? Mr. Garrett?
All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed?
No.
No.
That fails 1-7. Okay. All right.
Thank you so much for
Thank
your time.
y'all.
We appreciate you guys.
Okay, council, Felicia is going to work on a date. Felicia, don't ignore me. Felicia's going to work on a date in March. And hopefully that'll be the final step before we're ready to, for you guys to approve everything and us move forward. Was that fair to say it that way? All right. So, all right. With that, I will take a motion to adjourn.
I got some more. business.
Thank you, everyone.
Hey, did you hear me?
Yes.
Can I say something about our school bus thing?
Sure.
Just real quick, this is post meeting, but I'm excited